It's working? Alright. Well, today I'm going to be reading the 48 Laws of Power. Now, I already started reading the first law, which is online, of course. I'm going to read the second law now to you guys. The second and third law, I'm going to read it to you guys. Yeah, this is my first ever YouTube video. I'm kind of starting a mental journey, I guess, to help better myself, to help better what I think, my money, my status, my income, all that. Let's get to it. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Alright. Turn page. Keys to power. It is natural to want to employ your friends when you find yourself in times of need. The world is a harsh place, and your friends soften the harshness. Besides, you know them. Why depend on a stranger when you have a friend at hand? Is it on? Okay, just want to make sure. The problem is that you often do not know your friends as well as you imagine. Friends often agree on things in order to avoid argument. They cover up their unpleasant qualities so as to not offend each other. They laugh extra hard at others' jokes. Excuse me. Since so sorry, I had soup today, so you know, I'm actually burpy. Since honesty rarely strengthens friendship, you may never know how a friend truly feels. Friends will say that they love your poetry, adore your music, envy your taste in clothes. Maybe they mean it. Often, they do not. When you decide to hire a friend, you gradually discover the qualities he or she has been kept hidden. Strangely enough, it is your act of kindness that unbalances everything. People want to feel they desire their good fortune. The receipt of a favor can become oppressive. My apologies. It means you have been chosen because you are a friend, not a necessity. There is almost a touch of condensation in the act of hiring friends that secretly afflicts them. The injury will come out slowly. A little more honesty, flashes of resentment and envy here and there, and before you know it, your friendship fades. The more favors and gifts you supply to revive your friendship, the less gratitude you receive. Ingratitude has a long and deep history, and it has demonstrated its power for so many centuries. That is truly amazing that people continue to underestimate them. Better be wary. If you ever expect gratitude from a friend, that will be pleasantly surprised when they do not provide. When they do prove grateful. Sorry. The problem with using or hiring friends is that there will be a limit to your power. The friend is rarely the one who is the most able to help you, and in the end, skill and competence are far more important than friendly feelings. All working situations require a kind of distance between people. You are trying to work, not make friends. Friendless, real or false, only obstructs the fact. The key to power, then, is ability to judge who is best able to further your interests in all situations. Keep friends for friendship, but work with the skilled and competent. That's smart. This book is smart as shit. I'm not gonna hold you. This book is very smart. Your enemies, on the other hand, are an untapped gold mine that you must learn to exploit. When Napoleon's foreign minister decided in 1807 that his boss was lending. This is a story, by the way. This book has stories where they try and put stories into the context that they put in law in. So, I'm guessing back in the time there were a lot of more smarter people because the generation is fucked, in my opinion, of course. There are a lot more smarter people, a lot more brilliant people. So I'm guessing that, they were just mentally stronger and they had these opinions and they had these obsessions on where they can go ahead and exploit these laws in the real world, which is kind of cool. Add some water. Back to it. Where was I? Okay. I was right here. 1807, that his boss was lending France to ruin, at the time had come to turn against him. He understood that danger was conspiring against the emperor. He needed a partner, a confederate. What friend could he trust in such a project? He chose Joseph Fouché. Fouché? I'm just calling him Joseph F. Joseph F., head of security police, his most hated enemy, and a man who had even tried to tell him he had been assassinated. He knew that the former hatred would creature an opportunity for emotional reflection. He knew that Joseph F. would expect nothing from him, and in fact would work to provide that he was worthy of the Talleyrand's choice. A person who has something to provide will move mountains for you. Finally, he knew that his relationship with Joseph F. would be based on mutual self-interest that would not be contaminated by personal feeling. The selection proved perfect, although the conspirators, did not succeed in toppling Napoleon. The union of such power but unlikely partners generated much interest in the cause. Opposition to the emperor slowly began to spread, and from then on, Talleyrand and Joseph F. had a fruitful working relationship. Whenever you can, bury the hatchet with the enemy, and make a point putting him in your service. As Lincoln said in 1971, you destroy an enemy when you make a friend in him. During the Vietnam War, Henry Kissinger was the target of an unsuccessful kidnapping attempt, a conspiracy involving, among others, the renowned anti-war activist priestess, the Barrigan brothers, 4 more Catholic priests, the 4 nuns in private, without informing the Secret Service of the Justice Department. Kissinger arranged a Saturday morning meeting with 3 of the alleged kidnappers, explaining to his guests that he would have the most American soldiers out of Vietnam by mid-1972. He completely charmed them. He completely charmed them. My apologies. They gave him some kidnap Kissinger buttons, and one of them reminded a friend of his for years, visiting him on several occasions. This was not just a one-time ploy. Kissinger made a policy of working with those who disagree with him. Colleagues commented that he would get along better with his enemies than his friends. Without enemies around us, we grow lazy. An enemy at our heels sharpens our wits, keeping us focused and alert. It is sometimes better than to use our enemies as enemies rather than transforming them into friends or allies. Mao Zedong saw conflict in the key of his approach and power in 1937. The Japanese invaded China, interrupting the civil war between Mao's communists and their enemy, the Nationals. Fearing that Japanese would wipe them out, some communists later advocated leaving the nationalities to fight Japanese and using the time to recuperate. Mao disagreed. The Japanese could not possibly defeat and occupy a vast country like China for long. Once they left, the communists would have grown rusty if they had been out of combat for several years, and would be ill-prepared to reopen their struggle with the nationalists. To fight a formidable foe like Japan, in fact, would be perfect timing for the communist ragtag army. Mao's plan was adopted, and it worked. By the time Japan finally retreated, the communists have gained fighting experience and helped them defeat the nationalists. Reversal. Although, actually, I'm actually going to read the image and authority. The image over here says, The jaws of ingratitude, knowing what would happen if you put a finger in the mouth of a lion. You would stay clear of it. With friends, you would have no such caution, and you would hire them. They will eat you alive with ingratitude. Authority. Know how to use enemies for your own profit. You must learn to grab a sword not by its blade, which would cut you, but by the handle which allows you to defend yourself. The wise man profits more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Alright, this is last one. That is the last law for today, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing every day, one law for 48 days. So every single day, I will read this book, pick it up. Sorry, my mom, I thought I heard her. And I'm going to read a law every single day for you guys. It's the thing I'm gonna start with. I already read law 1 off camera, and I don't want to do it again because like it's a long law. I'll tell you what it is first. The first law is never outshine the master. Which I'm not gonna explain that to you. I guess you guys already know what that means. But yeah, every day I'm gonna be reading one law for 48 days and see how I progress in life. And then I'm gonna go ahead and read David Goggins. Never finished this one. And then I'm gonna read another David Goggins book. Can't Hurt Me. You guys can see that. Can't Hurt Me. I'm telling you guys, David Goggins is probably one of the most inspiring people in the world. He's the most disciplined, I think, and I'm proud of him. Love him. But for Law 2, the reversal. Here we go. Although it is generally best not to mix work with friendship, there are times where a friend can be used to greater effect than an enemy. A man of power, for example, often has dirty work that has to be done, but for the sake of the apprentices, it is generally preferable to have other people do it for them, or for him, for them, for she, whatever. Friends often do not do this to best, since their affection for him makes them willing to take chances. Also, if your plans go away for some reason, you can use a friend as a controversial scapegoat. Keyword scapegoat. This is good. This fall of the favorite was a trick often used by the kings of the Russians. They would let their closest friends at court take the fall for a mistake, since the public would not believe that they would deliberately sacrifice a friend for such a purpose. Of course, after you play that card, you have lost your friend forever. It is best then to reverse the scapegoat role for somebody who is close to you but not too close. Finally, the problem about working with friends is that it confuses the boundaries and distances that working requires. But if both partners in the arrangement understands the dangers involved, a friend can be exploited to a great effect. You must never let your guard down in such a venture. However, always be on the lookout for any signs of emotional disturbance, such as envy and ingratitude. Nothing is stable in the realm of power, and even the closest friends can be transformed into the worst of enemies. Law 2. I think this law kind of opened my eyes about fake friends. You know, I had a lot of fake friends in my life, a lot, and this book mostly talked about how you can exploit them, how you can use them as a scapegoat, how you shouldn't get too close to them, but also you could use them for greater things. That was Law 2. And tomorrow, I was Law 2. Never put too much trust in your friends. Learn how to use your enemies. Tomorrow, Law 3. Conceal your intentions. One thing, I gotta get a bookmark. I'm use this for a bookmark. But, yeah, that's it. See you guys later.